As the 2020 election gets closer, voters are starting to look more and more at issues that matter to them, as we should. However, two Democratic frontrunners are facing a huge issue that they can't do much about: their age.
Wow.
That's right. Former VP Joe Biden, who is 76, and Senator Bernie Sanders, who is 77, have already had to face questions not just about issues, but if their age should disqualify them from being the Democratic candidate to take on President Trump in 2020. Okay, fam, wait for it. And ageism doesn't just exist on the Democratic side. Recently, President Trump, who is 72, has had his wits questioned after some public cognitive slip-ups. According to the Washington Post, studies of old people conclude that between 16 and 23% of Americans over 65 experience some form of cognitive impairment. And USA Today suggests that the topic of age will play a role in the 2020 election, especially with candidates like 37-year-old South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg entering the race. So, ladies, do you think someone can be too old to be president?
No.
We hear a lot of conflicting. There's some people out there that are like yes, and some are saying no.
They have to pass the physical.
Yeah, the health examination.
That's the first thing.
Well, yeah.
You know, FDR was old and he was in a wheelchair and he was a hell of a president. So
I'm with you in the sense.
Google that, young folks.
Exactly. I'm with you in the sense of I don't think it's so much about age, but I do think it is about making sure that they are not impaired with their cognitive
Right.
impair.
You know what I'm trying to say. Let me explain.
As long as they got their marbles.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because let me tell you, there are some people that shoot it in their 20s that don't have their marbles together.
is true,
and then there are some 80 years old that are sharp as knives. Like, they are really smart and they've got it together. So for me, it's more so not so much about like, oh, are you physically fit? It's also, is your mind intact? You're going to be running the United States of America.
Okay.
That is not a job for the weak at mind.
So could they add that
Yeah.
to the health examination?
They should.
You know what I mean?
They
So
should.
maybe
A
there is a
cognitive
way
exam.
to test cognitive impairment.
Yeah.
So, but I'm with Lonnie. I feel like, you know, they always say the older you are, the more wise, you are. And I feel like if you pass that health examination and you just let us know that at least they'll be fine for 4 years, then I'm cool.
Yeah.
Again, because you can have somebody in their 30s, and God forbid something happens to the midterm, they can also pass. You never know what's going to happen. Again, it's about how sharp is their mind.
Yeah.
I think that you should also have a relationship with today's times.
Yes.
I think that's most
smart.
important.
Yeah.
Think about it, y'all.
Be aware.
Everybody here who, y'all look real young, beautiful, but we all know what life was like before the gram. And imagine today if we had somebody who didn't understand how the gram is such a tool and such a source of communication today. I love that Maxine Waters has an Instagram account. I love that her nephew put her on so she understands what are young people doing today. How do we speak? What do we think about? What's important? What about police brutality and all and how we're talking about it? So
In touch with the time.
Yes,
Gotta
absolutely.
be in touch.
I think we shouldn't worry about someone's numeric age. We should talk about their past experiences to run for president and also their relationship with today. I also think Ruth Bader Ginsburg is sick. She's amazing. If it weren't for her, a lot of us would still be caught behind the times. So it's not about age. It's about your relationship.